Broadcasting live from the Business RadioX studio in Atlanta, Georgia. It's time for Atlanta Business Radio. Brought to you by Kennesaw State University's Executive MBA program. The accelerated degree program for working professionals looking to advance their career and enhance their leadership skills. And now, here's your host.
Lee Cantor here, broadcasting live from Fintech South 2024 at the Woodruff Arts Center. So excited to be talking to our next guest, Megan Heinze with Accelerate Consulting. Welcome.
Thank you, Lee. I'm super excited to be here today.
Well, tell us a little bit about your firm. How are you serving folks?
Yes, so we are. We're serving firms in the fintech arena, helping them grow their business, especially in embedded payments. And that's become very big over the last few years. Payments is growing beyond where it was traditionally. And now it's part of software as a service.
So what's your backstory? How'd you get involved in this line of work?
Yeah, absolutely. So my background is I used to work at U.S. Bank Elevon. I was head of payments for the U.S. Bank division. So everything from very large accounts to the 3,000 branches that we supported, including big partners like Costco and the partner channel. I then went on to be the chief revenue officer at TSYS. And then I went, my last company was president of North America for IDEMIA, which was tying in identity with payments.
So you've been all over the place, huh?
I've been all over the place, but I've been in the financial sector, starting off when digital just became the reality with wingspanbank.com, which was the first only online bank.
So is this the first time where it's just you and your consulting firm?
Yes, it is.
So has that transition been difficult for you?
The transition's been interesting to me. I've always worked for a very large company. And now I'm out on my own, and it's been fun because I've got to meet so many different people, and it's so vibrant in Atlanta with all the different fintechs.
Now, any advice for folks out there that are going from a corporate into an entrepreneurial role like this? Is there any kind of do's and don'ts that you've learned since you've been on your own like this?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of do's. So there's a lot of organizations. TAG is a great organization to first start off with, the Technology Association of Georgia. They do have lots of societies. They have 18. One of them just happens to be fintech, but there's lots of different ones, including AI, data, et cetera. And then the other one is Fintech Atlanta. That's a great way to meet other small startups, other companies. And then ATDC is another great way.
Now, in your firm, you focused in on fintech. How have you seen this industry evolve over the years you've been involved in it?
Well, it continues to grow. I know everybody calls it right now the winter, the fintech winter. There's been less investment since 2020. However, it continues to grow and thrive. We're seeing companies are being more profitable. They understand how to grow up. Before it was, let's fake it till you make it. Now it's no longer fake it till you make it. You actually have to grow revenue.
And then are you finding that your clients that you're dealing with are kind of leaning into this, or are they doing things more in a defensive manner?
They're leaning in. I think everybody realizes if you're going to get investment from private equity, venture capitalists, angel investing, you have to show profitability.
And then what are some of the challenges that they're having where Accelerate Consulting is the solution to help them?
Well, it helps them identify where to grow and where to focus.
So they might have plateaued or they're struggling, and then they come in and have you triage that situation and then help them kind of get over the hump, or they, is there a certain issue that they're struggling with?
There's a couple. So one is growth. How do they grow? How do they become profitable? That's a big thing too. And then also what avenues actually make sense. So there's a lot of different associations out there. There's a lot of rules and regulations, et cetera. And it's hard to know everything. And so you bring in an expert like myself to actually help you identify those key issues with your organization.
So they might be, there might be kind of opportunities that it's just not on their radar.
Yes. So, for example, I was recently helping a company, and they didn't really think about payments. They've added embedded payments now, and they're seeing huge growth, and also seeing a decrease in attrition in their overall SaaS model.
Is there any low-hanging fruit for you? Like, what's your typical point of entry?
At the point of entry, there's not really any low-hanging fruit. I think it's more of looking at the company holistically. So sometimes it's really hard when you're internally focused. And it's nice when someone looks at externally focused and where they should be focusing. Sometimes you get so much in the nitty gritty, you don't look at what's out there. So that's what I'm really good at helping companies and saying, okay, have you thought about this? Have you thought about X, Y, and Z? And then, sometimes I hear, well, we've tried that before. But things keep on evolving all the time. So I'm going to use example mobile payments. I remember we did our first launch with mobile payments with MasterCard, with mobile phones. We actually gave mobile phones out. It didn't work. But look at where mobile payments are today.
Right.
If you said no that time, it doesn't mean no in the future. Same with Tap. We tried Tap a long time ago. Tap is working now. Embedded payments is where a lot of people are seeing growth. So software as a service companies are seeing huge opportunities there. So
is that kind of a missed opportunity for some people who did try it? Maybe they were early adopters early on. They have the scar tissue and they're hesitant now, even though the technology has improved dramatically? Yes, absolutely. I think a lot of companies even had headaches the first time they went to software as a service, of going from on-prem to software as a service. So absolutely, I think companies, software as a service companies, didn't really think about adding payments, and now more and more companies are. And the growth rates are phenomenal, as well as decreasing the overall attrition rate. So what do you need more of? How can we help you? Of course, I always want more clients. So I want more clients. I want more support, but also I want to keep on investing and focusing on the Georgia market, helping fintechs grow, but also nationally as well. And then can you share maybe your ideal client profile? Like what is the ideal client for you? Yeah, the ideal client is anywhere from a startup to 500 million. Anywhere in between, and yes. the main problem that they're having is it growth. It's growth. It's growth. So if they're struggling with growth in any way, shape, or form, they should call Megan. Yes. And then if somebody wants to connect, what's the best way to do that? Website? Yeah, or no, just on LinkedIn is the easiest way. So Megan, Megan, Heinze, Heinze. If you just remember Heinz ketchup with an E at the end, it makes it a lot easier. And connect with me on LinkedIn. Good stuff. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story today. You're doing important work, and we appreciate you. Thank you very much. All right, this is Lee Cantor back in a few at Fintech South 2024.